She looks like someone very important wearing dressy clothes and a hat with feathers and gloves. And I invented a new type of hairbrush with bristles, making it easier to brush your thick, bushy hair. It started about 18 years ago when I received this email regarding this little boy and what if there were no black people in the world. And I was just fooling around. I just gotten the Microsoft Publisher software, so I was teaching myself how to do desktop publishing. And I decided to put the information from the email in a little booklet. And so I did, to give to my grandson because it was close to his birthday. But before I gave it to him, it dawned on me I better check the facts. The information was so overwhelming, a little unbelievable just because I didn't know it, my kids didn't know it, and my grandson didn't know it. So I thought I better do some research, and so I did. And I found a lot of information, and it all appeared to be correct. And so I put the book together, and then I decided to do some more research. So then I decided, okay, maybe you better go to the library or buy some books or something just to validate, a little more of the information. And the more research I did, the more information I found about more black people who had done great things. It was beginning to be unbelievable, and so then I decided that I needed to write more than one book because I didn't want to do a large book. I thought it would be easier for the kids and they'd be more likely to read the information if they were in smaller books, so which is how I ended up with 5 books. And different theme books, actually. The first book was pretty much about things inside the house. And the second book was pretty much about things outside of the house. And then the third book was about women and their contributions. The fourth book was about black folks in aviation, Tuskegee Airmen, Bessie Coleman, and the astronauts. And then the fifth book was about black cowboys. I have a friend who's a black cowboy. We grew up together, and I thought it would be fun to do that, and I had a great time doing that. And that was very educational for me as well, because I didn't even know that currently that there were black people in rodeos doing super things. So also during that time when I started thinking about the fact that the kids weren't getting the information in school, I started asking myself, okay, how can I help the teachers with this? How can I help them add the information to their curriculum? So I decided to write a lesson plan, which I did, which was not an easy task. And then I had a class one time, but it was very rewarding for me and the teachers, where I showed the teachers how easy it would be to incorporate the information in with their curriculum. And they saw how easy it would be. And when I would go to different events like the Black Expo or the conferences, I would always have handouts that would go along with the books for teachers or the kids. I did puzzles I thought would be really cool for the kids as well. Anything that would keep them engaged, that would make it more fun. At the back of the books, there are quizzes about what they read. I would also maybe add a little biographical information if I had it. Well, my daughter's been on me about doing something with the books for a long time because she loved them. She thought it was the greatest thing, and I said, okay, she's right. And I decided it's time to upgrade the books, and I thought it would be fun if the main character could now talk to the inventors and see the scientists, So, and that's the reason for making them magical and added some fantasy to them. This time also I wanted to do some extra research, more extensive research. Actually, UC Berkeley's library, which was a head turner. I mean, that is an overwhelming library. I couldn't believe all the information they had. A lot of the books that were there I purchased, so that I have my own encyclopedia. I have a set of encyclopedias, and actually I have 2 sets of Black history encyclopedias, and I've purchased a number of books from professors and people who've done extensive research on Black history. Now I've learned even more information, and I have more information to to share, and I feel good that, you know, these books have validated a lot of what I've already known. I still use the internet, but I use the internet to go to libraries, the large libraries, and to the colleges who have professors who have written books on Black history, or the Black student unions who have done extensive research on Black history as well. So the research is a lot more extensive this time. The sources are available. You know, they weren't that readily accessible 18 years ago like they are now, thanks to the internet. The hardest, the most difficult part, or the challenging, is getting the copyrights for the pictures. It's not easy, and it can be very expensive, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's something that I have to do. I had the privilege of actually talking to Madam C.J. Walker's great-granddaughter, I think she is, and she allowed me permission to use Madam C.J. Walker's pictures for the book. But that's the most challenging part. But like I said, it can be done. It's just sometimes it's kind of hard to find who owns what. A lot of the pictures, though, from the books are in public domain. The ones that I'm doing now were all before 1923. This time also, what I did differently is I acquired an editor. And Suze Allen, let me tell you, she took my writing to a whole different level. She just brought the books to life. I mean, she showed me how to do that, and I'm really grateful for that. Now I'm working with Karen Fisher Golden, who does copy editing, structural editing, line editing, and she's an expert in children's books. You know, she knows what I'm trying to do, and so she's showing me how to make it be all that it can be. I mean, and I'm very happy, and the books are excellent now as a result of the help that I have gotten from both of them. In this new adventure of mine, I felt that I needed to be in the company of people who are trying to do, or who have done, what I'm endeavoring to do. And it has proven to be a really good decision. I belong to the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators, which is unbelievable. BAPA, which is the Bay Area Independent Publishers Association, which is a wonderful group of people. I'm telling you, most of what I learned, I've learned from that organization, actually. I belong to the California Writers Club in Berkeley, and the Left Coast Writers Club, and the Redwood Writers Club, and I just joined the Bay Area Consultants Network, because even though it's not for writers, they provide a lot of information about marketing and that sort of thing, because writing a book is a business, and you have to treat it like one. The information is out there. Every meeting, every seminar, every workshop that I attend, I come away with something that I didn't know previously. Also, to help with making sure that I understand how kids think and how they talk, I read other people's children's books. I read the books of folks who've been writing books a long time, and I trust their judgment, and all books, all types of books. But you know, there are people out there who've written books about Black history and fantasy books, and just children doing normal things. So I read those. I write everywhere. I like to sit in the park and think about writing. I sit at my desk and think about writing. The first couple of books I wrote in a hotel. I just found it was easy when I'm not at home to write. Whenever I'm out and about, I'm outside. For some reason or another, it makes me a little more creative. I named the books, Just Imagine What If There Were No Black People in the World, to get a rise out of folks.